A massive hand rose from the depths of the sea, swiping straight at the spot where Lu Xing stood. The terrifying force behind it cracked the ground into a spiderweb of fissures, earth and stones scattering in all directions. Lu Xing quickly leapt backward, narrowly evading the deadly strike. Even so, the shockwave from that attack spread outward, its oppressive aura so suffocating it was hard to breathe. Missing its first strike, the colossal hand immediately changed direction, lunging after Lu Xing, trying to seize him completely in its palm. Sensing it drawing near, Lu Xing's heart tightened. His brows furrowed, and his eyes instantly turned sharp as blades. The giant hand descended from above, smashing down with such force that the earth beneath shattered, splintering into countless cracks. Lu Xing clenched his fist tightly, accelerating his retreat. Catching me won't be so easy. The monstrous eye that had risen from the seabed suddenly widened, radiating a gloomy aura all around it. It roared furiously, "Insect! Cunning insect! You will not escape!" The very next moment, the monster appeared before Lu Xing, cutting off his path. Lu Xing halted, unable to advance, his voice cold. "Trying the same trick again? Dragging me into that abyssal space of gray bubbles? Unfortunately for you, I was deceived once before. Do you think I'll fall for it again?" With that, he gathered spiritual power into his arm, clenching his fist. Violent energy burst forth, condensing into a blinding golden light. His voice was low and firm. "The same technique won't work on me twice." In the next instant, Lu Xing decisively launched a punch toward the monster. Golden light exploded outward with a thunderous boom. "Begone!" he roared. The monster remained unscathed, crossing both arms before itself to block. Its entire body exuded a sinister, suffocating aura. Its massive eye suddenly shone with a piercing white radiance. Seeing this, Lu Xing calmly replied, "Then I'll be leaving." After putting some distance between them, he crooked a finger in mockery, taunting, "Come on then." There was no denying, it was pure provocation. The monster's eye veins bulged with crimson streaks as it howled, "I will capture you. Without fail." Lu Xing smirked, the corner of his lips curling upward. "Heh? Then what are you waiting for? If you can catch me, we'll talk. Until then." He waved lazily. "Don't bother sending me off." With that, he shoved his hands into his pockets and leapt casually onto the ocean's surface. Once he was clear, Lu Xing sighed, rubbing his forehead with a dull thud, muttering, "It's obvious. That thing really can't leave the sea. That's the only reason it can't touch me." He then raised his hand, spiritual power quickly swirling around it. Staring straight ahead, he spoke solemnly, "Power of origin, deduce for me the future of Blue Star." Before his eyes, a system panel suddenly popped up with a line of text, "Blue Star will be destroyed in 7 years." Lu Xing froze, stunned. "What?" His expression instantly hardened, growing grim. "Good. Another year shortened." Perhaps it was because he kept provoking the monster, angering it so much that the pace of destruction accelerated. Stroking his chin, Lu Xing fell into serious thought. 7 years. That should be enough time to relocate all of humanity from Blue Star. Within 3 years, the preparations could be completed. Just then, another thought struck him. Wait. What if after it breaks free from the abyss, it brings not just the destruction of a single planet? Recalling the monster's strength and sheer terror, Lu Xing immediately formed a grim hypothesis. What if it brings catastrophe to an entire star domain? Even an entire star system? At that notion, his expression grew solemn. Extending his hand, he activated his spiritual power once again. If that's the case, this is no small matter. I need to deduce further. A deduction panel manifested before him. Channeling his power into it, Lu Xing declared, "Deduce the future of the Serpent star system." Lines of text quickly surfaced on the glowing panel before him. 7 years from now, the Dark Abyss Lords will invade. The White Mist starfield will be destroyed. The Serpent star system will completely become the frontline battlefield of the universe. Reading these words, Lu Xing's eyes widened in shock. His body trembled with excitement as he shouted, "What? Because of me? The lifespan of countless beings across the entire Serpent star system will be cut short by 1 year? He fell silent. Now, every single action of his was altering the fate of the entire system. His expression turned heavier, his jaw tight. The mistake I've made. Perhaps it's up to me to correct it. With that thought, Lu Xing clenched his fist. 7 years. There are still 7 years. The image of Blue Star falling beneath that abyssal monster's destruction flashed in his mind. His voice grew grave. 7 years from now, Blue Star will be destroyed. He muttered again, recalling the prophecy and the monster's dreadful might beneath the sea. The barrier between the dark universe and our own will be torn wide open. The dark abyss lords will invade. The white mist starfield will fall. The Serpent star system will become the very front line of the cosmic war. He compared it to a worm burrowing out of a rotten apple. An apple with its skin pierced and gnawed through, those living within it would inevitably face calamity. One way, he thought, is for me to pierce through the apple's skin first, get outside, and slay all the worms, reducing the danger before it spreads. The other way is to wait until the skin is completely devoured, and then confront the disaster head-on. Faced with that choice, Lu Xing could only steel himself, ready to be the one to charge forward and block the breach. For now, there were only 2 choices. Lu Xing looked at his clenched fist, determination written clearly across his face. No matter what, he had to rely on absolute strength to withstand it. Otherwise, let alone slaying the swarm of insects, he might very well be devoured by them instead. That would be laughable. He stood in silence, his expression dark. The Dark Abyss Lords. They possessed the power to make an entire star system fall. No matter what was said, the strength required had to be at least level 14, maybe even level 15. He recalled his previous deductions about the future, when he had glimpsed that he would reach level 15. How old had he been then? Lu Xing lifted his gaze into the distance. Muttering to himself, he remembered, 100,000 years old. 7 years? And 100,000 years. That means only by giving everything I have. As the words fell, he suddenly thrust his hand forward, spiritual power surging to stir something deep below, from beneath the ocean's surface. A massive shark was forcibly lifted into the sky by his control. Then, lowering his head, he looked at the eye embedded in his palm. Without hesitation, he ripped it out. Lend me your sight for a while. The moment he finished speaking, he shoved the eye into the shark's mouth. In the blink of an eye, the shark's pupils turned blood red. With a furious roar, its body twisted and morphed into a grotesque abomination. Lu Xing watched with satisfaction. Good. I've implanted the alien cells into this 8th-tier beast. With a splash, the mutated shark plunged back into the sea. Sensing it dive into the ocean depths, Lu Xing murmured, "This will serve as my eye here, to monitor the progress of development within the abyssal space." In the deep sea, the mutant shark bit into an unlucky fish passing by, and through its vision, Lu Xing could clearly witness the scene. He spoke calmly, "Even if these alien cells malfunction, it doesn't matter. At worst, I'll lose a little mental energy. The true essence remains within my own body." Meanwhile, on the ocean surface, a yacht cut through the waves at high speed. Returning to the yacht, Lu Xing was immediately approached by Dong Qingxue. He reached out first, clasping her hand. Their fingers intertwined, and with his other arm, he drew her slender waist toward him. He smiled. "Let's move to another planet." Huh! Dong Qingxue was stunned. But a heartbeat later, she wrapped her arms around him tightly. "All right. I'll listen to my husband." The next day, Lu Xing left Blue Star. Crossing dozens of light years, he arrived at a blazing world. His ship hovered outside the planet, observing. Stepping out of the vessel, Lu Xing looked at the world before him and muttered, "This should be it." The planet radiated a dazzling crimson light. Its searing heat distorted the very air around it, warping space with its intensity. Lu Xing's lips curled with satisfaction. The perfect place to cultivate martial arts at my current stage.